Vô này, nhỏ tiếng background đi này. Ok, rồi. Hôm nay là ngày mùng 3 tháng 4 và đây là buổi live thứ hai. Buổi trước ý, thì mình định là mình live 1 tiếng, nhưng mà cuối cùng thì được nửa tiếng thì mất mạng, nên là đột ngột nhảy kiểu nó tự dưng bị đột ngột mất mạng ấy, mà lúc mình quay ra thì thấy nó bị ngắt cái live rồi, nếu mà mình start lại thì nó lại thành một cái live mới. Nên là thôi mình quyết định là thôi kệ, để đấy. Thì buổi trước thì mình không hài lòng với cả cái chất lượng của cái mic lắm, nên là mình cũng suy nghĩ, mặc dù mình không nói nhiều đâu nhưng mà mình cũng suy nghĩ là làm nào để nó cải thiện nó tốt hơn. Thì mình định mua một cái mic mới, bởi vì mình có một ông anh thì ông ấy dùng một cái mic cũng 700-800 nghìn thôi, nhưng mà chất lượng nó rất là tốt. Thì mình định là mua cái mic đấy, nhưng mà sau đấy thì mình tự dưng mình chợt nhớ ra là mình có một cái mic. Đây chính là cái mic này. Mic này là mic mà mình đã mua cách đây 8 năm hay 9 năm, từ hồi 2015 khi mình mới vào Sài Gòn. Nó là Audio Technica thôi, đặt từ Amazon về. Thì cái mic này chưa được dùng bao giờ cả. Mặc dù mình mua mình có mục đích hẳn thôi, nhưng mà mua xong rồi cứ để trong cái tủ, cái hộp chống ẩm ấy, và đến hôm nay thì lấy ra thì không ngờ là nó vẫn dùng được. Thậm chí là mình có một cái pin mình nhét ở trong này, bởi vì cái mic này nó có cái pin đây trong này, cái pin cúc áo trong này để 8 năm rồi, 8 năm hay 9 năm, từ 2015 đến 2024, là gần 9 năm mà nó vẫn dùng được bình thường. Hôm nay thì buổi sáng đi làm thì mình có một cái công việc ấy, nó khiến mình suy nghĩ rất là nhiều, hoặc khiến mình kiểu cảm thấy rất là khó chịu. Đầu óc mình bị phân tâm, mình không làm được cái gì khác ấy, và mình chỉ nghĩ về cái đấy thôi. Rồi thậm chí đến đầu giờ chiều ấy, mọi thứ nó vẫn, bởi vì là mình có một cái deadline, cho nên đến đầu giờ chiều ấy, thì mọi thứ nó vẫn chưa có tiến triển gì cả. Trong đó deadline sắp đến rồi, nhưng mà cũng kiểu rất là may, đến cuối giờ chiều thì bắt đầu mình làm xong mọi thứ, mình test tiếp các thứ thì không phải sửa, gần như là về cơ bản là không phải sửa gì nhiều mà nó work luôn. Nên cái chuyện công việc nó cũng được kiểu tạm gác sang một bên một chút, thế đó mình thoải mái hơn sau khi mình hết giờ làm việc. Nhưng mà khi mà về nhà thì có một cái nó khiến mình bị khó chịu nữa, là nói chung là về cái phòng này, cái nhà này thì mình mới thuê, và nó có một chút gọi là gì không rõ ràng về cái việc tính tiền của cái nhà này. Nên là mình phải nói chuyện, mình chat thêm với các bạn, cái bạn quản lý, và thậm chí là mình chat một cách rất là cầu thị thôi, rất là trao đổi thôi, trao đổi giữa hai bên. Nhưng mà cái cách nói chuyện của bạn quản lý thì bạn ấy hơi kiểu bạn ấy bị khó chịu hay sao, mình nghĩ vậy, bạn ấy bị khó chịu, nên là cách nói chuyện nó không được thân thiện lắm. Nói từ thân thiện thì không phải, nhưng bạn ấy bị khó chịu, bạn ấy thể hiện ra hẳn luôn. Nhưng mà đấy, rồi mình bắt đầu ngồi set up cái mic mới này, rồi set up cái mic này thì nó bị một cái là nó bị nhỏ quá, mà mình đang chất lượng thì mình phải xem cái buổi hôm nay nó như nào đã, bởi vì mình hy vọng nó ổn định. Bởi vì có lúc mình test ấy, từ nãy giờ mình test khoảng nửa tiếng thì mình test thì có lúc nó ok, lúc thì nó lại hơi bị rè, có lúc nó hơi bị chóe, có lúc nó hơi bị nhỏ. Như hiện tại mình đang nhìn ấy, thì nó hơi nhỏ, nhưng mình không dám đẩy gain cao hơn nữa, bởi vì là sợ nó bị bể tiếng, hoặc là bị những cái tạp âm xung quanh ấy. Bây giờ mình đã đóng cửa hết rồi, bật một cái quạt rồi. Về chất lượng cái khả năng mic này sẽ tốt hơn mic kia rồi, nhưng mà để xem nó có ổn định hay không. Rồi, quay lại buổi, mục đích chính hôm nay thì cũng tiếp tục là sẽ một buổi xem clip, và mình hy vọng là sẽ không bị đứt mạng. lúc này thì mình đang xem là nó không có bị drop một cái gì cả. Mình có một clip 1 tiếng ở đây, mình xem đây, chuyển màn này. Hôm nay mình sẽ xem clip này nhẹ nhàng thôi. Podcast của Danny Duncan là một người mình theo dõi từ rất là lâu rồi, từ lúc mà bạn này mới có khoảng vài chục nghìn sub. Bây giờ thì cái kênh này không phải là kênh chính thì của bạn này thì cỡ tầm 6-7 triệu sub rồi, và tài sản thì cỡ vài chục triệu đô. Và mình xem từ cái lúc mà bạn đấy kiểu không có cái gì, đúng kiểu homeless. Thôi, vô.
I never got taught to think about food. It was just something I was interested in. Is meat good or is meat bad? Nobody ever talked about diet. They just wanted to give you meds.
I feel like almost every single thing is some sort of like corrupted thing for someone to make money.
Humans smell differently when they're healthy versus not healthy, right?
So even our like cum.
Absolutely.
'Cause mine tastes pretty good, I'll be honest.
If you really want to encourage muscle growth, you're going to need to eat meat at every single meal.
Because I do feel like a lot of people out there want to be healthy, but they make it seem difficult. Anyone out there who's insecure about their size of their penis, you told me you could grow half an inch in length and girth.
It's one study, right?
Quên mất chưa tắt nhạc nền.
At what point did you get started? Because you told me you were vegan.
I was.
For 2 years or 5 years?
I was a vegan for 7 months.
Oh, 7 months.
But I was not a regular vegan. I was like a super vegan. It's called a raw vegan. So I grew up
bình thường mình xem khoảng 1.2, 1.3 mà xem cái này 1.0 mà thấy nó nhanh thế.
Generic childhood, suburbs of Virginia. Mom is a nurse. Dong. Mom is a nurse, dad is a doctor. I had asthma, eczema, allergies growing up. So I had an inhaler, a puffer growing up. I got over medicated by my parents, all this kind of stuff. And I basically was in the suburbs trying to get into trouble. I was skateboarding a little bit when I was a kid, but the eczema was a problem for me. It kind of itchy and dry skin and these little bumps. And then the asthma would limit what I could do.
At some point you figure out why that happened?
Well, I didn't figure out what was going on with my eczema till years and years later when I was in residency after medical school.
Yeah.
My whole life, the majority of my life I lived with eczema. And in medical school, I did a lot of jiu-jitsu. I know you said you were doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And I got skin infections from the eczema. It's called impetigo. So you can get, the eczema is like little bumps on your skin, and then it causes little blisters that pop, and you can get infections. So the eczema was a pain in my ass. The asthma was a pain in the ass. I had asthma.
Mình cảm giác là lúc mình không nói gì nó bị mấy tiếng ồn nó bị boost lên à. Chờ xíu setting phát. Không có đúng không? Thử xem. Đúng rồi, tất cả mọi thứ mình đang setup đúng ý mình rồi đấy. Còn nó có chạy đúng hay không mình không biết.
Attacks, which is like a breathing issue at certain times in my life. My parents are in the medical field. Nobody ever talked about diet as a part of that. They just wanted to give you meds.
Yeah.
Give you
That's what
medications.
I hate that shit.
It's such a pain in the ass. It's horrible. And so basically in my life, I went to college. I took a bunch of time off after college. I was like a ski bum. I traveled a bunch. I hiked from Mexico to Canada. Eventually I went back to PA school, which is like PAs between nurse and a doctor. And I worked in cardiology for 4 years. And then I kind of got fed up with the medical system. So once I was in the medical system, I realized more firsthand that it's basically just trying to give people medication.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of doctors are super smart and well-intentioned, but they don't really understand the roots of illness. We're not taught to question that. So I went back to medical school, and then I did, after medical school, which is 4 years, you do a residency in your specialty. And it was during medical school that my eczema got really bad again, and residency that I started thinking about what could be in my diet. Even though I was eating a healthy diet, I realized that there were things in my diet that were triggering my eczema. And that was when I did the carnivore thing.
I see.
So for a year and a half, I only ate meat. About 10 years before that, I had 7 months where I only ate plants. And when I only ate plants, I had farts that were worse than yours all the time.
Really?
Yeah, really bad.
I doubt that.
Really bad. No, it was super bad. It was super bad, bro. It was so bad. When I was eating vegan and you're trying to gain muscle mass, I lost muscle mass. So I was 145 pounds. Now I'm 165 pounds. I'm 5'9", 165 now.
5'9".
I was 145 or even less when I was raw vegan. So it didn't help with the eczema. I had like 3 or 4 massive green poops a day. It was very inconvenient.
Từ từ. Anh này cao hơn mình 59 là cao hơn mình chứ đúng không? Đúng rồi, một bên đại ý là 165 pound viết nhào. TB à? TB pound đi. 74 cân à? Ok, 74 cân thì hợp lý.
Yeah, I do that too.
Mới mình nhân mình tưởng 60 mấy cân.
You still have green photo or it didn't happen. And then, and I had really bad gas. So at the time I was working in cardiology in an office smaller than this room with two other women, unfortunately, who were a nurse practitioner, not because they're women.
Come on, man.
It's not unfortunate because they're women.
Oh, because of your gas.
Because of my gas.
Oh, okay. I was like, man.
No. I think maybe a guys would have been understanding, but I was a raw vegan. I was in a small room with a nurse practitioner and another PA. And I didn't hear about it till I left the practice, but they would just always complain to the CEO about how bad my gas was. And
No way.
Yeah, bro, it was worse than yours.
That is hilarious.
And that was
good. You didn't let them know you were doing that?
So
I mean, I was sitting on a chair.
problem.
I was sitting on a chair like what are you supposed to say?
You can't just be crop dusting these
But
two
I'm sitting on a
girls all
chair.
day.
I'm sitting on a chair like this. Like this couch cushion is supposed to be a fart receptacle, right? You're supposed to
No,
fart into
dude.
here,
That's
and it sucks it
disgusting.
up. And then you get
It's
up,
not a fucking vacuum, dude. It's a seat.
and then you get up, and the fart goes in the air, man. It's horrible.
man.
It was horrible. So the vegan diet didn't work for me.
I do love flying though, because you can just fart the whole flight and no one knows who did it.
It's the same thing. But those seats on a plane, they don't hold anything. They're like kind of plasticky. It just shoots out.
So funny.
It's
and
horrible.
everyone's just looking like, who the fuck did that? No one knows, man.
But they knew it was me. These poor women. These are wonderful women. I didn't mean to say
Do
that.
you still talk to them?
I haven't talked to them in years, but I don't know if they'd even want to talk to me.
They probably don't want to.
They probably don't want to talk to me. They probably still think I have bad gas.
That's hilarious. You probably do.
I don't have bad gas now. Have you smelled my fart a single time we've been hanging out?
I haven't heard you fart yet.
I don't think I've farted a couple times, but it's not too bad right now.
Yeah, he does the sneaky one.
I do the sneak attacks, yeah. But they don't smell. So when your gut gets healthy, your farts shouldn't smell a lot. And I don't fart that much anymore, actually. So vegan to paleo. Paleo is like salads, nuts, seeds, fruit, meat, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was paleo for about 12 years. And I was on a good quality Paleolithic diet. No junk food. We can talk about why I think junk food is a major problem for people in general, but it's pretty obvious. And then even on that paleo diet, I still had eczema. I had a really bad eczema flare in medical school, a really bad eczema flare in residency, which is what you do after medical school. And that was when I just was like, forget it. This is annoying. I'm just going to get rid of all the plants.
Yeah.
I heard Jordan Peterson on Rogan's podcast talking about the carnivore diet and saying that it really helped reverse his autoimmune disease. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. I have an autoimmune condition, asthma, eczema, allergies. Let me see if cutting out plants helps with that. So I cut out all plants. The only thing I ate for a year and a half was steak and liver and animal fat and salt. That's it. And maybe some ground beef. That was it. Maybe eggs.
Mình cũng có một khoảng thời gian là mình chỉ ăn thịt gà, chả ăn rau gì cả, bởi vì kiểu mình thấy đơn giản là mình đi ngoài nó vẫn nuột ấy. Thì mình nói cái điều đấy với bạn bè thì mọi người cười rất là nhiều. Nhưng không, bởi vì là mọi người trong suy nghĩ của mọi người, mình là một người kiểu sống healthy cái thứ, nhưng mà lại không ăn rau, hoa quả ăn ít. Nhưng mà đấy, bởi vì cái lý do không phải là mình xem những clip kiểu như này, mình đơn giản là mình lười thôi. Mình lười và mình thấy mình vẫn ổn, và mình thấy mình vẫn đi vệ sinh bình thường. Nhưng mà sau đấy thì mình gần đây, chính xác cách đây khoảng tầm từ tháng 10, bây giờ là tháng 4, nửa năm, thì bây giờ mình mới ăn rau trở lại. Hồi trước cũng ăn nhưng mà kiểu không chủ động ấy. Ăn có thì ăn, không thì vẫn về cơ bản là vẫn chỉ ăn thịt. Thì bắt đầu mình ăn rau trở lại là từ tháng 10, sau khi mà mình đi khám sức khỏe. Trong khám sức khỏe thì họ nói là bị thừa cái gì nhỉ? Acid uric à? Do ăn thịt nhiều quá, kiểu như vậy. Thì thực ra cái đấy acid uric thì nhiều người bị thừa lắm. Ở Việt Nam nhất là kiểu ăn thịt nó bị thịt Việt Nam mà mặc dù mình thịt mình toàn mua trong siêu thị. Thì bắt đầu từ lúc đấy mà mình ăn rau thì mình sau khoảng một thời gian thôi, khoảng chừng 2 tuần 3 tuần thì mình nhận thấy là cái da mặt mình nó khác hẳn luôn. Lúc mình rửa mặt ấy, mình sờ mình thấy nó thay đổi một cái đáng kể ấy. Đấy, hài hước không? Thanh niên không biết ăn rau.
Occasionally, but I only ate that for a year and a half. And it helped a lot with the eczema. The eczema completely went away.
Okay.
But long term, not having the carbohydrates really made me suffer because I had muscle cramps, I had heart palpitations. I was talking to one of the guys here about how my testosterone dropped without carbohydrates from like 800 to 500. And I had sleep disturbances and stuff. So that was when I kind of added carbohydrates back in. But I wanted to think like, what are the healthiest sources of carbohydrates? And that was why I chose fruit and honey to add in. So now my diet is like meat and organs. We had liver together, grass-fed beef. We had some steaks. And then I have fruit juice. I make a lot of orange juice by hand, or like orange juice on a juicer. I have raw milk, honey. That's basically what I eat now. And that seems to be a good happy medium. So what am I not eating now? Like vegetables. And we can talk about that if you want, but I'll throw it back over to you.
You would say once you switched the diet, the eczema went away, the asthma went away.
Yes.
And then just everything.
Yeah. So I was already eating a healthy diet, but even within the context of a healthy diet, some of those foods, the vegetables, seem to trigger issues for me. I don't think everybody has issues with vegetables, but I think I've seen a lot of people now. I've worked with a lot of people. I've met a lot of people, a lot of Instagram comments and stuff. A lot of people who have autoimmune issues, other issues that don't resolve, and are working hard to eat a healthy diet. A lot of times when they get rid of vegetables or limit them, those issues can resolve long term. So I don't think everybody needs to cut out vegetables, but for some people it can be uniquely helpful. It's an interesting thing. And the reason for this is that if you think about a plant, you know, you got the roots in the ground, you got a stem, you got the leaves. The whole purpose of all that apparatus of the plant is to make seeds, which they put in the fruit. And if animals go around eating leaves and stems and roots of plants, and there's no defense chemicals in there, the plant is never going to pass its DNA to the next generation. Yeah. Seeds are plant babies. And so basically plants contain defense chemicals. We were talking about this word. You were asking me what that word was.
Defense mechanism.
Defense chemicals.
Yeah. And
we know this, like leaves of plants. If you think like, what is the healthiest food in the grocery store? You might say spinach or kale.
Kale's really good, I heard.
You brought me some kale the other day as a joke.
Yeah, that shit stunk. I was surprised though. Like, I knew you were against it and stuff, but when I bought it, like, I was surprised the way it smelled. It smelled like when you leave clothes in a washer and forget to change. Like, I can't believe anyone would even eat that anyway.
It's probably a little just moldy or.
I would never eat that shit. It smelled so bad.
And if you look at that kale, there's no question that kale is a better food than a Snickers bar. But for some people, the compounds in that kale, the defense chemicals, can cause issues. Kale is specifically a problem for like thyroid issues. A few other autoimmune conditions can be connected with kale. And what we learn is that the leaves of plants accumulate heavy metals. Just this is the way plants work. That if you grow the plants in a soil with heavy metals, things like mercury, cadmium, arsenic, and lead. Have you heard of those? Like,
yeah.
They're harmful for humans.
Yeah.
These are like toxic metals for humans. The leaves accumulate them. Spinach can be really high in heavy metals. Even lettuce can be high in heavy metals. So the idea here again is just if we look at the foods that humans eat in the wild, the preferential foods are meat and organs. The least preferred foods are the vegetables, but that's completely different than what we hear in modern society. Vegetables are supposed to be the healthiest thing for us, and we're supposed to limit the meat.
Well, and that's what I was talking about with like another thing is like that food pyramid. Like it feels like your whole life is a lie almost. Like as a kid, like you spend 12 years in school at least, just up until high school.
Hey, sorry.
Again, it's just these are like
tự dưng mình phát hiện tự dưng mình nhìn thấy là cái nó không full screen rồi, giờ nó full screen rồi.
Mercury, cadmium, arsenic, and lead. Have you heard of those? Like,
yeah.
They're harmful for humans. These are like toxic metals for humans. The leaves accumulate them. Spinach can be really high in heavy metals. Even lettuce can be.
Sorry, phát nữa. Cái cam này nó phải
high in heavy metals. So the idea here again is just if we look at the foods that humans eat in the wild, the preferential foods are meat and organs. The least preferred foods are the vegetables, but that's completely different than what we hear in modern society. Vegetables are supposed to be the healthiest thing for us, and we're supposed to limit the meat.
Well, and that's what I was talking about with like another thing is like that food pyramid. Like it feels like your whole life is a lie almost. Like as a kid, like you spend 12 years in school at least, just up until high school. It's like 12 you graduate 12th grade. So it's like 12, they're teaching you and you graduate like 17, 18. So up until then, and they're still pushing that little pyramid in school. But everything on that is pretty much incorrect. Not everything, but most of it.
Well, they're gonna tell you to limit butter. They're gonna tell you to eat a small amount of meat, and they're gonna tell you to eat lots of whole grains,
breads, right?
And bread and stuff.
Bread isn't good for you at all.
A lot of people have stomach issues from bread. You've been mentioning that your stomach kind of hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
And, like a lot of people have stomach issues from bread. So bread isn't probably inherently bad, but I think that historically, evolutionarily, humans didn't eat a lot of grains. It's only within the last few thousand years that we started eating grains. And remember, Homo sapiens, our species, has been around
I'm
for...
not, no, I'm straight.
You're different. Homo sapiens has been around for 400,000 years. So a small percentage of the time we've been this species, straight or gay or whatever.
Yeah.
We've been eating just mostly meat and fruit and honey and not many grains. It's only really recently we started eating grains. And the grains in the US are particularly bad for a variety of reasons.
Grain là gì?
It's only really recently we started eating
Grain mình
grains.
thấy nhiều lần rồi nhưng mà
Meat and
grain này thấy nhiều lần nhưng mà tự dưng quên mất.
fruit and
Grain là hạt à?
honey and not many grains.
Grain là gì? Hạt.
It's only really recently we started eating grains. And the grains in the US are particularly bad for a variety of reasons. They get sprayed with pesticides.
Yeah.
They get sprayed with a form of folic acid. It's hard for humans to digest.
Do you feel too like there's always that thing where like big pharma just obviously wants to keep us sick so they can do you think that's even a thing where, because I remember I got free lunch in school and like when I think back now to like what I was eating, it's just such shitty food. It's like not even real foods. Do you think that's a thing like where they're just, I don't know if that's the cause, like they're trying to keep us sick, or it's just easier to, probably cheaper and easier to like send out that garbage?
I think that there's a lot of money to be made in giving kids processed food and giving adults processed food.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting statistic. The FDA, the USDA, they make governmental food guidelines. So just like the food pyramid, every 5 years they come out with guidelines. The 2020 to 2025 food guidelines form the basis of what kids are fed in schools.
Yeah.
On that committee are 20 people. Of those 20 people, 19 of those people have industry ties
Exactly.
to pharmaceuticals, processed food, junk food. Like 95% of the people on the freaking committee have conflict of interest.
Yeah, exactly.
So who's making the guidelines, and what's the honesty? There's no real transparency here.
It's crazy.
And then kids are fed foods based on those guidelines.
That's one thing I've learned, like as I've gotten like bigger and made more money and met more people. I feel like almost every single thing is some sort of like corrupted thing for someone to make money. Almost at someone else's expense too. Like in everything. It's like every single fucking, especially with shit that goes in your body, like any sort of like pills and foods and drinks and like all that shit is just like crazy.
The pharmaceutical industry is a multi-billion-dollar. I mean, it's hundreds of billions of dollars.
It's wild.
It's huge.
It's like that's another like black hole of like endless conversation.
It's a massive thing. And if you look at the history of the pharmaceutical industry, there is no shortage of court cases. There's no shortage of judgments against the pharmaceutical companies. Nobody goes to jail, but there are billion-dollar settlements. But the pharmaceutical companies are making tens of billions of dollars on a drug, and they get penalized maybe 2 or 3 billion.
Dude, I know. It's like,
so
no.
And nobody goes to jail, right? Nobody goes to jail. So there's been many scandals over the years of misrepresented data, drugs from the 90s, Vioxx is killing people. The pharmaceutical companies don't have a great track record. I think that there are some pharmaceuticals that are certainly helpful for humans, and Western medicine is not all bad.
Yeah.
If you get in a car accident, you want the services that a hospital is going to provide. But when money is involved and when we're talking billions and billions of dollars, I mean, the U.S. healthcare industry, I think, is trillions of dollars. It's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. That's great. That's big money, bro.
Yeah.
That's a big number. That's a lot of zeros.
Introducing Marlowe, the ultimate destination for premium grooming essentials. Product essentials. Join our website or...
Another thing we were talking about was I had brought up that food like it was shitty for high school and stuff, and even elementary school. But then you said that like baby formula, they made it illegal. What were you saying again exactly?
So this is interesting. So if we circle back to like breast milk, right? Have you ever tried breast milk?
Yeah, it didn't taste that good when I tried it. Was, like at least at this age,
You didn't like it?
When I was a baby, I probably liked it.
You probably liked it as a baby.
Yeah.
So what a mother eats affects what's in the breast milk. So,
yeah, and the breast milk I had tried, she wasn't on a good diet. She wasn't drinking like water buffalo milk or anything.
She wasn't eating grass-fed beef.
I don't know what she was eating, but it wasn't it.
It wasn't good.
No.
All right, fair enough. So the FDA looks at an average breast milk of like an average of U.S. women, and the average U.S. woman doesn't eat a lot of good food, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They eat a lot of junk food. They eat a lot of seed oils, which is something we should talk about. These are like canola oil, soybean oil, corn, safflower, sunflower oil, all these oils. Thanks for telling me.
Yep.
And these oils contain a certain type of fat. It's a technical name, but I'll just say it, linoleic acid. And so because the breast milk of these mothers is higher in linoleic acid than it would have been historically, because they're eating extra seed oils, because they're eating junk, the junk goes into the breast milk. The FDA looks at the junk breast milk and says the formula you give to infants in the stores has to look like junk breast milk.
Yeah, I get it.
And then they say, if you're going to formulate an infant formula, it has to look like junk breast milk. And so it's illegal to make an infant formula without seed oils.
That's crazy.
It's illegal to make an infant formula.
Infant formula without seed oil.
formula without seed oils.
That's crazy.
It's illegal to make an infant formula without highly processed, refined oils. Now, we haven't really talked about seed oils, but these are made from seeds of plants that we would never have had large quantities of historically. Even though we're told canola oil is healthy or soybean oil is healthy, I mean, these are highly oxidized, rancid, spoiled oils. If you look at a factory, there's a great video on YouTube of how canola oil is made. It's gross.
So have you seen the hot dog one? How they make hot dogs?
It's kind of like that.
That
But
video is fucked up too.
Yeah, man.
And then the McNuggets at McDonald's.
bad news.
Oh,
Bad
fuck.
news.
So gross.
Oh, I brought something for you.
Yeah.
It's over here. Hold on. Brought you.
No way. Dude, I haven't seen these in forever. When I worked at Walgreens, man, people would buy the hell out of these. These are so gross.
I felt really self-conscious buying that the other day, but I'll tell you why I bought it.
Yeah.
So if you go to McDonald's, I'm going to break some hearts right now. If you go to McDonald's and you get a large fries, that large fries contains the same amount of toxic chemicals, a set of toxic chemicals called aldehydes. One large fries contains the same amount of toxic aldehydes that are in 25 fucking cigarettes.
No way.
One large fries from McDonald's is in a lot of ways like smoking 25 cigarettes. There's only 20 in that box.
You
'cause I'm
wouldn't,
cheap.
you wouldn't look at school though eating the McDonald's.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But it's crazy, man. So we did a piece of content at McDonald's just talking about how don't put it up there. Bro.
Yeah,
Don't put my
advertisement.
lineage shit. Get out of there.
They didn't pay for it.
Don't put Marlboro Reds up there, bro.
It's that, not to interrupt, but I probably sound high, but it's like actually crazy that it's legal to sell that product. Like I always.
Thực ra đây cũng là một cái vấn đề của podcast, đó là những cái thông tin họ nói có thể đúng cũng có thể sai, nhưng mà rất là khó để kiểm chứng đấy nó có phải là fake hay không, bởi vì là một cái chất mà có trong, ví dụ như trong trường hợp của cái anh ấy vừa nói là một cái miếng một miếng thịt ở McDonald's mà nó có nhiều cái chất, và trong đấy có một cái chất độc, chất gì đấy, mình cứ gọi là chất độc đi. Cái lượng chất độc trong cái miếng gà đấy nó gấp 25 lần một điếu thuốc. Và từ cái ví dụ đấy thì họ thường sẽ nói kiểu là đấy, mày hút 25 điếu thuốc thì mày mới bị độc bằng một miếng gà. Nhưng mà thực ra bản chất nó không phải như vậy. Bản chất nó là một cái điếu thuốc ấy, nó có nhiều chất độc, nhiều loại chất độc, chứ không phải chỉ có một loại chất độc đấy, và cái chất độc ở trong cái miếng gà thì nó gấp 25 lần, không phải như vậy. Nó hơi bị đánh tráo khái niệm, mà cái đây là một cái kỹ thuật. Không, thực ra mình cho rằng đây là một cái kỹ thuật mà được dùng rất là nhiều. Mình không nói là anh này đang kiểu cố gắng gọi là bôi nhọ hay bôi xấu McDonald's, mà mình cũng không thích McDonald's, nhưng mà cái kỹ thuật anh ấy đang dùng nó bị dễ gây hiểu lầm cho người nghe.
Grew up in my mom smoked cigarettes inside the house, so like the walls are yellow, you know what I mean? My clothes smell like cigarettes. When I'd go to a friend's house, let's say a mom picked me up with a friend, they'd be like, oh, do you smoke? They think I'm smoking cigarettes because everything I have smells like cigarettes. And like I just don't understand. Like I understand now really because I've learned more in life. It's like everything's about money. It's like there's just, you know what I mean? It's just corruption, but it's like crazy that that's sold in stores and shit.
What's crazier? You have to be 18 to buy this.
Yeah.
You can give fries to your 3-year-old.
I know.
And
that is great. But that's the same concept though. It's like more corruption there, you know? Way more corruption.
I think it's crazy. Cigarettes are horrible. And I think it's crazy that McDonald's French fries are legal when there's the same amount of this toxic chemical.
Yeah, that's true. That's wild.
And these toxic chemicals are linked to cancers. They're group 2A carcinogens from the WHO.
When's the last time you had McDonald's fries?
I don't know.
I mean, I touched McDonald's fries yesterday, but I haven't put them in my mouth, and I don't even know, bro. 30 years?
That's wild.
A long time.
30 years.
Maybe.
30 years.
I don't even think you were alive the last time I put McDonald's fries in my mouth, bro.
So what are your thoughts on, because I do feel like a lot of people out there want to be healthy, but I feel like they make it seem kind of difficult or expensive. And also I feel like for me even like was a little tricky because I was like, what the fuck is actually healthy? Because I know like everyone's kind of like, they're like fuck with your brain a little, like on like, they make this seem healthy when it's not. Or even like peanut butter, they 100% natural, or like, you know, they do all that shit. So it's like, how do people kind of avoid that? Or you say just stick to the meats and the, I guess, even that, let's say I never met you and I go to the store, like how would I know what meat to get? You know what I mean? Because you can still buy shitty meats if the cow is eating bullshit, right?
Yeah, but even shitty meats are better than
Okay.
what you get at like KFC
I see.
or McDonald's, right?
Which I was
Okay.
eating a ton of KFC.
Right, or like Chick-fil-A or whatever. So the first step for
Chick-fil-A.
people
I see.
or McDonald's,
Which
right?
I was eating a
Waiting.
ton of KFC.
Right, or like Chick-fil-A or whatever. So the first step for people is how much fast food are you eating? How much junk food are you eating? And junk food, there's not a lot of junk food at most grocery stores, but there's some junk food. But
There's
most
a ton. I mean, we do this video grocery shopping with Danny Duncan.
Oh, yeah?
And I would just be buying.
Who's that? Danny Duncan.
Yeah, I don't know. But I was buying like cosmic brownies and fucking
All right.
Swiss rolls and bread.
You're
You know
right.
what I mean? Like
There's a-
all that shit, peanut butter and like ice cream. Fucking. I mean, that's all I would eat, which it all tastes good, you know.
But you know that stuff's bad for you.
I guess yeah, and like I got like 3 nieces now. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's not as bad for yourself. I feel like it's worse when like I wouldn't want to take my nieces to McDonald's. I'll do it for myself, you know. But
Why
then,
wouldn't you want to take them to McDonald's?
exactly, because it's horrible for them.
Well, you were asking me a lot of
You
stuff.
know what I'm saying? Like when you're,
Yeah.
if like my little Remy is 4 years old, I don't want her eating like garbage when I know it's bad for her.
But you eat it.
Exactly. I'm just saying though, it is. I feel like it is
Interesting.
easier for people to kind of do it to themselves, but not. It's like a parent smoking cigarettes. Like they'll do it themselves. They don't want their kids smoking cigarettes.
Right.
You know. So I feel like that's one thing I've noticed, where it's like I told you my niece Isabel is lactose intolerant,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like it's just where I've also heard like someone who's lactose intolerant can go to Europe and drink, you know, milk and shit and dairy, whatever, and they're fine. Their stomach's fine. So it's like that's something I feel like I want to try. Where if I gave her like better foods and raw milk, I want to see if it made her feel better.
I think it would.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah, we can talk about lactose intolerance, and then we'll go back to the food.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this yesterday in the grocery store. We did grocery shopping with Danny Duncan and Paul Saladino. It's probably much less entertaining than.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a new one soon though.
Okay.
I'll make it entertaining.
It's much less entertaining than.
Don't think I fell off. if I
Grocery,
was-
grocery shopping with just Danny Duncan. There were no aisles tipped over. There were no displays tipped
Not
over
yet.
in this one, not yet. But we were talking about the fact that I'm lactose intolerant historically, right? You can see this in your genetics if you have lactose intolerance gene. Lactose is a sugar in milk, and a lot of us Westerners, a lot of us Northwesterners, right? So like European ancestry, lose the gene that makes lactase, which is the enzyme that breaks down lactose as we age. But what's interesting is that raw milk I can tolerate. So I don't get lactose intolerant symptoms with raw milk. Did this bother your stomach yesterday? You drank a lot of it.
No, my stomach's fine.
Yeah.
I was chugging that shit.
You were
too.
chugging it, dude.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant, but like I just like I said growing up, I knew like they just put a bunch of bullshit in like the milk and the cheese. So I tried to avoid it just because I also heard it makes you kind of congested and shit. I don't know if that's true, but I just wanted to try to not be congested. So that's another reason I want to do this. Like I was getting sick every like 3 to 4 weeks, which was a lot. I mean, it was fucking up my channel. There was a minute there where it was like literally every 3 or 4 weeks for like month after month after month. And I was like, dude, it was like hard. I didn't even like living really like that. So it was kind of difficult dealing with that. So I tried to I've been like making little changes in different areas of my life to try to like fix that. And I haven't really been. I had like a 2-day thing like maybe a couple weeks ago, but I just went to bed early, slept, knocked it away really quick. So, but I haven't been really getting sick in a while since maybe. I mean, it hasn't been that long, but in December was the last time I got sick. I wrote it all down, and I would love to see if I keep sleeping good and eating right and drinking the correct things. I think it will make a big difference. So.
I think it's gonna make a huge difference.
Yeah, and I started working out. So.
Yeah, you're getting swole, bro.
Yeah, I know. And it's the hoodie, you can tell though.
But the raw milk actually contains good bacteria that can change the bacteria in the gut and allow us to digest lactose. That's the end of that story.
Cool.
That raw milk is a lot more digestible for people. So this is circling back to something we talked about at the beginning of the podcast. RIP, raw milk is bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna get hurt.
I've heard that this is bullshit from an Instagram DM.
That's what somebody said, right?
Yeah.
We should get that guy and text him back or send him a DM back.
I'll
But
look
like
for it.
so many reasons that this is better for you, right? It contains proteins that are in the native form, like I mentioned at the beginning, associated with better asthma, eczema, and allergy in kids, more digestible. People who are lactose intolerant can actually tolerate this milk. It's a healthy food for humans. So that's interesting, and it's sort of it's a model of the fact that when you eat better foods that are less processed, you do better as a human. End of story. Processed food tastes good, but a lot of this food tastes good too. I mean, that raw milk tastes good. A good steak tastes good.
Yeah,
A hamburger, not on a bullshit bun, tastes good. There's raw cheese upstairs. I mean, people can see the video that we did of our grocery
Shit. Sao không cancel được? Decline.
shopping trip and the kind of foods that that you bought and the kind of stuff that you were selecting. But going back to what I was saying earlier, I just want to share this with people. So first step is get rid of the bullshit that you know is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like all the fast food or as much as you can. Sodas, whatever, pizzas, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, is one of the better ones.
Dude,
but
I love In-N-Out.
But like, look, if you just get a burger patty at In-N-Out and you don't put anything on it, or you just don't get the bun, or you get it animal style,
Protein style,
no,
right?
not animal style, protein style. Yeah. Thanks for correcting me. Then it's much better than a lot of other.
Without the cheese.
Yeah, because the cheese is American cheese, and you can
But
look
I
at
would
that.
say too, a lot of people out there, like I don't even think they need to go like 100% all in. I think if you start making like the little adjustments, you kind of want to make more. Like
Exactly.
you kind of want to go more.
You
on
get
it.
momentum,
But-
you start to feel a little better.
Exactly.
And the snowball rolls.
Yeah, exactly. Because like when Lance Armstrong was here, he said with his life, he kind of sleeps on time, you know, wakes up early, works really hard 80% of the time. He does an 80-20 rule, and 20% he fucks off, which is what I'm kind of doing with my diet. Like I still want to, you know, get Starbucks and shit, but like 80% of the time, like I haven't eaten any fucking Chick-fil-A, KFC, McDonald's, none of that shit for like, what month is it? Almost March now. So it's been over 3 months because I started like right in the end of December.
Really?
Yeah. So it's been almost 3 months. I haven't been eating any of that. And I don't even fucking really crave. I don't even crave Chick-fil-A, which I was eating Chick-fil-A, no joke, no exaggeration, 4 times a day sometimes because I was trying to bulk up. Like, dude, I have like DoorDash, like no joke, 4 times a day I'd get that shit delivered to me. Because I was like just try to get like 4 or 5 meals in a day, and that was just like the quickest way. We're always, you know, doing shit, so I was just like doing that, and like, I mean, that's something I loved. I love Chick-fil-A. I mean, I promote it for free. I loved it that much. But it's just, I had seen a video, which I told you, I seen a video where a lady left it out for 4 months and it had no mold on it.
No mold.
And then I heard the which lady
Mold
left
là gì?
it out for 4 months.
Mất ruồi à? Khuôn. Không khuôn là sao? Không có khuôn là sao?
It had no mold on it.
No mold.
And then I heard this is me before, I thought Chick-fil-A was like a healthy version. This is like,
Đúng. Mình cũng gần đây mình cũng nghe được thông tin là Chick-fil-A là một cái chuỗi cửa hàng mà nó có healthy food. Mình xem ở đâu nhỉ? Ở clip của Lex Friedman. Mặc dù là Chick-fil-A không có ở Việt Nam.
it wasn't me being dumb. I just genuinely thought, I guess ignorance or naive, whatever. I just thought Chick-fil-A was like a healthy fast food. Like I actually didn't think it was that bad for you. But so that's why I was doing that, and then obviously.
And then you realize, you saw the video looking at how many ingredients are in the chicken.
Yeah, I was like,
you think
fuck
it's just
that.
you think it's pure chicken.
That's what I thought.
There's like 40 ingredients in the
and I heard
chicken.
that they had it on their site, and someone made a video of it, and then they got rid of it. They got rid of their shit too, which I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying that's another thing.
And it's cooked in seed oils.
Yeah, and that.
It's cooked in seed oils. The bun is full of seed oils, preservatives. It's just.
But I know a lot of people out there, they don't give a fuck. They're like, well, fuck it, it tastes good, I'm gonna keep it, which is cool. You know, everyone's different. You know, it doesn't really matter. But I think like that's something I loved, and then now it's like I'm eating like better, and I'm I'm slowly getting a little stronger and gaining weight, and then I'm feeling good. I don't even have a desire to eat Chick-fil-A, which is nice. That's kind of why I say, like, for most of the people out there, because most people won't give a fuck, but there's a lot of people that do want to make, you know, be the best they can be. Like, I know a lot of you guys out there, you're like Toyota Camrys is what I would say. Like, this is a Ferrari basically, you know. But I was like a Honda Fit, so I just don't want to put that like 87 in my body no more, you know.
Yeah,
like,
you want to put super.
This ain't even premium. This is like beyond that. You know what I mean?
Premium,
You're like
bro.
not even on the rate. I don't even know what the fuck's up with you.
I'm way older than you, dude. I'm 46 years old.
Dude, he don't use and I'll be honest, I got a crazy nose. He doesn't use toothpaste, he doesn't use deodorant, he doesn't wash his hair, and he doesn't even smell bad. And you just came from the gym. I could smell you a little, but not in a bad way. But
I was wearing the same shirt that I was wearing.
yeah, and I can smell your scent, but like.
Hả? Đoạn này là dốc đúng không? Không đánh răng.
A little bit. He don't use tooth.
Không bàn chải đánh răng này.
And I'll be honest, I got a crazy nose. He doesn't use toothpaste.
Mũi thằng này rất là thính, và thằng này đang nói cái thằng ông áo đen này là không dùng bàn chải.
He doesn't use deodorant.
Deodorant là gì? Sữa tắm à? Chất khử mùi.
He doesn't wash his hair, and he doesn't
Không
even smell bad. And you just came from the gym. I could smell you a little, but not in a bad way. But
I was wearing the same shirt that I was wearing.
Yeah, and I can smell your scent, but like not like nothing bad, which is pretty crazy. Like that's where I like wouldn't do it. I don't really. I just want to brush my teeth with toothpaste, but it's just crazy that you don't even smell bad because of how clean you eat. If that's true, it could be maybe genetics too a little bit.
I think it's genetics and the fact that I eat clean. We can talk about toothpaste also.
Đoạn này không phải là dốc à? Có nghĩa là không đánh răng thật này, không khử mùi này, không gội đầu này, và không có mùi. Trong khi đó mũi thằng này rất là thính, mũi thằng Danny rất là thính. What?
I want to make sure we loop back to the food, but
Oh yeah, go back. Just go to the food, and then
we'll go to
remind us
toothpaste.
to
Yeah. Basically, I was just because you were asking a great question. How do people know it's healthy? We talked about that a little bit earlier, but I think if you cut out the junk food, if you cut out the fast food, or you minimize it, right?
Yeah.
You can do 80-20, and then you go to a grocery store. You shop along the outside of the grocery store, meaning you get vegetables if you want, fruit and meat, or some milk. If you can't find raw milk where you are, because a lot of states raw milk is illegal to sell to consumers. Imagine that. The government hates you.
Yeah.
You can get raw cheese, or there's farms where you can actually get raw milk. If you do those things in a grocery store, you're going to be freaking healthier.
And if you can't get raw milk, what's the next best thing?
Organic grass-fed milk or organic milk. Yeah, but again, you may have problems with lactose intolerance with a pasteurized milk. We got some cheese last night. Raw cheese, which is unpasteurized, unheated cheese, is available in most states. You can get that almost everywhere. You might have to go to a little bit nicer grocery store. But even I think Safeway probably has a raw cheese. Like a lot of times even Safeways or like just regular quote grocery stores will have decent foods. I've seen definitely grass-fed meat at Safeway, at Target, at Walmart now.
Hold on, I don't want to interrupt. I got to piss.
All right.
Sorry. It's getting hot in this bitch too. What about women? You
like them?
You eat pussy?
Of course, bro.
Does it matter if the woman isn't healthy, or because could that somehow get into your?
Don't you think, I'm going to be off brand here for a moment, don't you think that the pussy is going to taste different, like if the woman is eating healthy versus unhealthy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you have a few people that I can test it out on, let me know.
You should do some research and let me know, bro.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. But I mean, this is,
some R&D.
I mean, I know this, like not to be crass, but like the health, like humans, because I want to come back to toothpaste also, but like humans smell differently when they're healthy versus not healthy, right?
So even our like cum
absolutely
would.
Absolutely.
Because mine tastes pretty good, I'll be honest. Even when I was eating McDonald's. Every guy out there, you tried yours or ever? No. All right, maybe I'm the only one. You ever tried it? Yeah, I feel like every guy's like, just a little. I just want to make sure, just see what's up.
Just check the
have you?
dipstick.
Don't lie to me. Alex, have you? Come on. I feel like Alex never. He wouldn't even say he did if he did. I know he did one day in his life. He was like, Josh, have you? You never done it?
I've done it.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not crazy. Because I feel like everyone's lying and shit.
Curious. I mean, like.
That don't make me gay, though. But if you're gay, it's cool. I got friends that are gay.
It's cool, bro. No, but like humans smell different. Our breath is different. The health of our mouth is different.
So I'm gonna have to taste this every day to
You're
see
like,
if
wow,
it's
it's tasting different.
Hell yeah.
It's tasting different, bro. But like this is
the title. Danny Duncan tastes his own cum every day until it tastes
better. It's true, man. So we talked about toothpaste. A lot of us want to use toothpaste because we're afraid that our breath is going to smell bad. But the breath smelling bad is not because you're not using toothpaste. It's because you have the wrong type of bacteria in your gut and your stomach, and that comes from junk food, right? So like the same thing kind of comes from BO and body odor. Like a really bad body odor can be related to unhealth in a human being, and bad farts. We talked about farts and the smell of farts. You know that like the health of your gut.
What's wrong with that guy?
Yeah. So you can tell like this is, and so of course that like, if we're, more respectful than what you said earlier, like the vaginal flora.
I don't know those words. I would be respectful like that and use those words. Sorry if I offended anyone. I'm not really sorry, but if I did, if I knew those words that and went to 12 years or 8 years of medical school, I would also use because it'd be funnier if I could use those words.
Yeah, yes, Danny. I think the vaginal flora could change if the woman's diet is different.
I wish I could say that. That's so funny.
You can just say it back to me. Paul, do you think the woman's vaginal flora could change if she has a different diet? Absolutely, Danny. Yes, I do.
Paul, do you think the woman's vaginal flora could change if they have a different diet?
Yes, absolutely, Danny. Absolutely.
Oh, that's class.
So many ladies listening. Fix your diet.
We probably got like 10% women.
Okay, well, it was 10%er.
So a woman, this is actually a real question, no joke. If a girl, because how some girls actually do like it just smells. That's actually could be from diet,
absolutely,
or it could be from just other things.
Well, it can be from a variety of things, but it can definitely be from diet. And I would say there's a word called dysbiosis, which means the wrong bacteria in the wrong places.
That's crazy.
And in medical school, you look at this stuff, and you look at a lot of the things that affect women's vaginas, the vulva, like the smell and the health of it have to do with different like different types of bacteria that are living there that are not always healthy, and they can create funny smells and things like this.
What types of foods could make a woman's vaginal flora smell, let's say, bad?
I think like junk food, right?
Just
like,
anything processed?
Yeah. A woman that doesn't have a healthy gut or a healthy microbiome is a fancy word for all the bacteria living on our skin, inside us, outside us. It's all continuous. We're full of bacteria, trillions of bacteria. Yeah, absolutely. The food that you eat affects your microbiome, and your microbiome inside of you.
Microbiome.
Absolutely. The food that you eat affects
hệ vi sinh vật microbiome.
Your microbiome, and your microbiome inside of you, outside of you, on your skin. This affects the way you smell, your breath, all these things. Farts smell.
It's funny because I remember like
what your poop looks like.
Years ago, I remember meeting like certain people that were actually, they seemed like they were really healthy, but I feel like their breath smelled like ass.
Maybe they weren't so healthy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like maybe they were just trying to be healthy, but they weren't doing it right.
Yeah. I definitely think that having bad breath is an indication that there's things you could fix about the gut and get better. Yeah, for sure. What were you guys asking when you went to pee? You asked about In-N-Out fries. That's a great question. In-N-Out fries are
shit, that's bad for you.
definitely cooked in seed oils also. Yeah,
Both are bad, right?
they're both bad. I mean,
Yeah.
all the fast food restaurants cook their fries in the same
You know
seed
what's
oil.
crazy is when I go to
Seed
In-N-Out,
oil.
I get the fries with the cheese just layered on top. That
God.
shit's so good. But I'm gonna do that here and there, not too much.
20% of the time.
Yeah, yeah. And 20%, if you think about it, is really that's like almost one. I can do that once a week.
You could definitely do that. You could definitely do that once a week, as long as you're honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And you're solid the rest of the time.
I'm really not even craving it. I love desserts, though. I love like I'm still gonna eat my ice cream, my froyo. Like I love that shit. But
there's better ice creams out there. I showed you an ice cream when you were at my house that had milk and cream and eggs and honey. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I've made ice cream on my channel and showed people this is how you make a healthy ice cream. I've eaten ice cream. You know, like you got some of this raw cream from
yeah,
this farm.
This feels like honestly like a. I mean, I like smoothies too, which are healthy. You know, you can make
Smoothies
a
can be
healthy
great.
smoothie. I love
yeah,
smoothies.
just don't, in my opinion, don't put spinach in your smoothie. That's
No, I like the more fruit smoothies,
like
bananas and shit.
Fruit and bananas or some raw milk.
Strawberry bananas. Good.
Yeah, that's great. Those things are super healthy for humans. Not a problem at all.
One thing I wanted to I just feel like a lot of people out there is like, I feel like these things kind of could be a turnoff if you wanted to go all in on it, like all in hypothetically, maybe 80%. They seem kind of like a turnoff because like I feel like most people don't want to live their life where it's like, oh, excuse me, does your restaurant cook in seed oils?
That's me, bro.
But no one wants to like. No, everyone out there is probably like, dude, just order the fucking food, right? Like, but I feel like. You can ask still, and it's probably not that big of a deal. But there are still things like you were telling me if you go out to eat, like because people maybe play baseball and they got to go on a team dinner, or people have to go to a family fucking graduation. They don't want to be like, they don't want to be that guy, you know.
That can either be the 20%,
Yeah.
or you can just get a steak.
Exactly. You were saying steaks and what else, or is that or hamburger maybe? Was
Yeah,
that
if you get a hamburger, I mean, then you're going to be the guy that gets the hamburger without bun. But now it's cool if you get
just cut
protein
it up.
style. Yeah,
Just cut
you
it
can
up.
get a hamburger without the bun. Most of the time, when places cook hamburgers, they're not cooking the hamburgers in seed oils. Every once in a while, they do, but you know, luck of the draw. Most steaks are not cooked in seed oils if you go to a restaurant. So if you go on a date with a girl and you don't want to be that guy who's like, which is basically me.
Yeah.
You know, do you cook in seed oils? You just say, I'll have steak. And get that.
I guess it's okay
get that
though
thing medium rare.
if you say I don't want to be that guy, but
No, you can't
cook
say
in
that,
seed
bro.
oils?
You can't say that. You can't say that. What you do is you go on the date and you're like, have you ever heard of this guy, Paul Saladino? And if they say no, you don't ask about seed oils.
Okay,
but if they do, then you ask about seed oils.
Yeah, I haven't heard of him either.
And the chick's, I've never heard of that. Never heard of that guy. If the chick hasn't heard of me, then don't ask about seed oils. If she has, you might get points. She'd be like, wow, you're into health, aren't you? And you're like, yeah, I am.
And then if she knows you, her vagina definitely smells good.
Good chance. I didn't
Yeah.
say it, but
Yeah, most likely.
increased probability of, commensal vaginal flora being favorable.
And if she doesn't know you, her vaginal flora is
Who
probably
knows?
not it.
Questionable vaginal flora.
You should do a book on that.
Vaginal flora.
Yeah.
I might. Maybe that's my next book.
So what do we got here?
This is so one of the cool things about doing what I do is getting to build businesses that help people. So the first business I built was the desiccated organs. I sent you some of those with the testicle pills.
Yeah. Oh, we should have grabbed those.
Yeah, those are upstairs too. Somebody want to grab
Can
those?
someone
Yeah.
Dang it, man! I fucked up my display.
And
I
the
like
joint-
asking the
both.
question.
Do you know where they are, Martin?
They're on my health shelf.
In the cabinet? Yeah, both bottles.
I got 6 things in there. I
'Cause
like
you-
asking the questions when I know the answer. This is good. This is like a John question. That's what John will do. He'll be like, "So tell me about your."
Your new
But
product.
he already researched for like
He knows.
15 hours.
You tore your labrum, Danny. I heard.
Yeah.
Something unfortunate happened in one of your videos.
So bad.
One of your controversial videos, and I sent you basically some capsules with collagen, right? Scapula and cartilage from cows, and then some liver in the capsules, and then I sent you a capsule with testicle in it.
I haven't taken them today. I took them yesterday.
And you did not understand how valuable the testicle
You can
capsules
throw 'em.
were. And you sent me a great photo
So
of
yeah,
you
these
with
are whole package, regenerative, small batch.
Regenerative
Yeah,
là
but
gì?
Yeah,
you
these
with
are
regenerative.
whole package,
Tái sinh. Whole package. Okay.
regenerative, small batch.
Yeah, grass-fed, grass-finished organs.
So whole package and joint strength and repair.
Yeah.
So this would be good for my torn labrum.
That would be good for your slightly.
Package and
My
joint
torn
strength and
labrum?
repair.
Yeah.
So this would be good for my torn labrum.
Fuck. Là sao? Cái khoan bị rách. Là sao?
That would be good for your slightly torn labrum.
So this is for a 30-day supply.
That's a 30-day supply because you take 6 capsules a day.
I might
And
as well
this-
take them now, right?
You might as well take all of it in both right now.
All right.
But this one, the whole package is interesting because it has testicle, and all of our supplements are heart and soil. This is going to sound like an ad, but it's not meant to be an ad. They're tested.
I like ads.
They're like informed sports, right? So they're tested like NSF for purity. And the only one that failed is whole package because it actually contains testosterone. And it's not testosterone that we add. It's naturally occurring in testicle. So if you're listening to this and you're an Olympic athlete, maybe don't take whole package. But if you're not an Olympic athlete and you're interested, you can have some of my milk. If you're not an athlete and you want more testicle or testosterone that occurs in
We
testicle,
got all 6 at once?
yeah,
You do that?
yeah. We did a contest one time. I think I swallowed like 27 or 30 pills at once.
You do well in West Hollywood.
Man, I probably would, bro. Look at you.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that well here.
You wouldn't do that. But then The second company I built, this is a new thing. This is really cool. We've been talking a lot about how.
Well, let's talk about this more.
Oh yeah,
So when did you start this?
So this was about 3.5 years ago.
Why is this on here? I took him yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope I didn't take 12 of that one. I might have.
extra testicle pills, bro.
Maybe I just put it back in because I was lazy.
Extra testicle pills.
Testicle pill là gì? Vỏ bọc à? Viên nhộng à? Tinh hoàn. Mình cũng biết là từ này từ tinh hoàn, nhưng tại sao nó lại là testicle nhỉ? Testicle pill. Gì biết nhỉ? Testicle pill. Là chắc là viên nhộng mà. Translate nào. Viên tinh hoàn là héo. Viên nhộng là gì? Thuốc. Viên nhộng. Viên nhộng là capsule. Đúng rồi. Thế sao gọi là testicle nhỉ?
Pills, bro.
Maybe I just put it back in because I was lazy.
Extra testicle pills. So I built this one because I knew that, like, my friends, my family, my sister has a son and daughter, my parents, they wouldn't eat fresh liver. But you can put this in capsules and people will take it.
Yeah, this doesn't taste bad at all. So what year did you say you started this?
3.5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to kind of get it ready to go?
I mean, it's hard. Find the supply chain. This is sourced from New Zealand. All the businesses are tricky to build. Yeah. And so it's been great. I mean, we have all kinds of different supplements. We have a gut supplement.
I'm going to need more of your milk.
All right.
Now, are you allowed to talk numbers on this or not? No. Is it better to keep it private?
Probably better to keep it private. I mean,
why is that? Dude, you don't like my milk I made? I made that.
It does great, man. I think that the numbers, I mean, this is going to sound cheesy, but I think it's true. The numbers are just representative of the number of people that are benefiting and finding value in the supplement. So that's good. I mean, it's
how many people found value in your
think we have
your company last year?
I think that I think that on the website, if you look on the website, we have we probably have over 100,000 customers at this point. I know Elon is outside delivering your Cybertruck, but I think he said you get paid in proportion to the complexity of the problems that you solve. So
you know what I think about Elon stealing my horn ideas?
Is he far on every podcast?
Let's see if it smells though.
We're gonna do some examination.
What do you think of that?
Let's see. I'm good right now.
It's still something there.
It's still something. It takes time for your gut flora.
I don't know what the fuck that is though.
So I think I don't think it's
horrible though.
No, but I don't think it's bad to create products that are healthy for people, that help people lead better lives, and to make a living. And that allows me to do this free content for people.
Exactly. I like just making stuff that I personally use and like I never want to promote something that I don't agree with.
I feel the same way.
And then this. I feel like Oprah right now.
You tried these.
You're like coming on my talk show.
Do you want to try one on the podcast?
I will, yeah. If you want.
Rip it open, bro. Put a stick in your mouth. Put a meat stick in your mouth, Danny Duncan.
How many of these did you say you put in your mouth at once?
27, I think.
27. And how many meat sticks did you do?
I never tried.
Let's try.
You try. You tell me.
Try. You're the one who's good at sticking 27 pills. I'm having trouble with 6. So this is made with 100% grass-fed beef and organs.
100% grass-fed.
How'd you come up with the name Lineage?
It's like this idea of where we've come from as humans is interesting, and that's what the word lineage means. What's your lineage? Where have we come from as humans? What are the foods that are the most sought after by humans, that are the most prized? It's meat and organs. So the cool thing about this beef stick, this is intentional, just like we've talked about when you design things in the world. I think we both appreciate intentionality there.
Yeah.
It's grass-fed, grass-finished. It's air dried. So we put it in a 78-degree drying room for 5 days. Most of the beef sticks you find, all the beef sticks you find in grocery stores or gas stations are cooked.
It's crazy. I used to love like beef jerky and Slim Jim as a kid, and then now. Like,
a lot of preservatives.
Dude, they're so fucking nasty. Like that greasy shit. Like
a lot of preservatives.
I don't really like. I can eat beef jerky sometimes, but like, you kind of open it up on an airplane, it just smells like ass. And I'm like, dude, I can't eat this.
It's the beef jerky. I didn't fart.
Yeah. No, the beef jerky smells like just shit sometimes.
It's not good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of preservatives. But because we air dry this, there's no celery powder, there's no nitrites, no lactic acid. It's just meat, organs, vinegar, salt, and a collagen casing. Check it out. Rip it open, bro.
U.S. inspected and passed by Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, you gotta play ball with
the packaging is nice, so I like this.
Gotta play ball with the USDA.
My energy shot Matador. The name means well in Spanish I think it means like killer. But the Matador is like the thing that kills the bull. So
Matador.
I like the name a lot.
Matador.
We did running of the bulls.
I know. You told me.
And that was how. Then after I came up with the name. And
I might come do that with you soon.
You want to do it?
I might.
You
I
should.
can see it.
Don't be a bitch.
I'm not gonna be a bitch,
Come
bro.
and promote these at the fucking Running of the Bulls.
Running of the Bulls.
What better place to promote this thing that has a bull? What is that thing?
It's probably a bull. That's
Something.
definitely a
Has
bull.
some bull-looking animal than
Yeah.
Running of the Bulls.
Yeah.
Give these out. You should be running. You should have this.
Throw 'em out.
No, you should be running at
Meat
running of,
sticks.
running of the Bulls. You should be running with this, and then eating it like while you run. You know.
Tell me that's not the best meat stick you ever had, Danny Duncan. Tell me that's not the best piece of meat you
Well,
ever
it's
put in your
healthy,
mouth.
which makes it better.
Yeah. Is that the best piece of meat you ever put in your mouth?
No, I sucked dick one time like 3 years ago, and I just it was good.
Yep, you should be good.
You guys have tried this, right?
I feel like sometimes I.
You didn't try it? Come get one here.
So what's this the thing that wrapped around it?
Collagen
Mẹ vứt như vứt cho chó vậy.
casing.
Collagen casing.
Collagen is connective tissue. It's collagen casing.
Collagen casing.
Từ từ.
So what's this the thing that wraps around it?
Collagen.
Collagen casing.
Collagen casing.
Casing.
Collagen is connective tissue. It's kind of what athletes and people take that want to have stronger bones and ligaments. And we wrap the meat in the collagen. It's from beef. So you make the collagen from the beef, from like the skin. And then you put the beef in the collagen casing, and that's how you dry it. But super proud of that because
That took a while to make.
a long time, 2 years, 54 different taste trials to get like this texture and taste and everything.
Were you getting upset in the beginning of how bad it tasted?
Fuck yeah.
Because when I did Matador, I was like getting really pissed off because it took me. July 2021 is when we started. I went through so many tastings. I was getting pissed. I remember the one time we did the tasting and I was just sitting in the car at the end of it. I was just annoyed as fuck. Because like, I know it's like, mine's an energy shot, so it's not like a Red Bull or Monster, but it's like easier to make those taste good because they're like, obviously like 12 ounces, 16 ounces, whatever. Mine's just like condensed into 2 ounces, so it really can't like taste completely like shit. Like 5 Hour Energy tastes like ass. You know, so I was getting pissed off with that shit. It made me really mad. But now we have a really great product that's really healthy for you too. No, I'm
We're
kidding.
going to make it healthier.
But no, so yeah, tell me about that. Like, what was it like doing all the tastings and shit? Like, wait, on your lows, like when you're getting mad and stuff.
It's frustrating because in order to build a product like this, you have to spend thousands of dollars wasted on trials
Yeah.
that you just throw away or, compost. So you're trying to figure it out, working with manufacturers. I think eventually we'll just build our own manufacturing and take it in-house, but working with manufacturers, we have to know every step of their process. I mean, this is a technical thing. It doesn't look like much, but a meat stick is a lot more like rocket science than you think. Like the fill, the meat that comes in has to be high quality. The organs have to be high quality and fresh. The way it's cut has to be a certain way. The way it's dried, how much meat goes into the casing, how long it's dried, at what temperature. It's super technical.
What is your plans with this company and this company then, like in the future?
I think just helping more people understand that, I mean, the ideal thing that I want for people is to eat fresh meat, fresh organs. But if they can't get fresh meat or fresh organs, if you won't eat organs, then a capsule can be helpful for you. Maybe this helps people. If you're on the go and you need good food that's convenient, the lineage sticks, we're going to do a lot with this company. We're going to make a lot of different food with this company. We're going to make a beef tallow. We're going to make protein powder that's super good and no
Protein
bullshit.
powder would be sick.
Because I'm super picky about protein powders. There's not many on the market that I would eat.
Is there one you could recommend right now? Really?
There's not even anything that I would eat right now because I don't like fillers. I don't like anti-caking agents. Like
we were reading the mass gainer thing, and it was like, I just stopped using it. And I am gaining weight without it, but I had used mass gainer at one point. It was like 1340. It's like a GNC one. But that shit would just fuck my stomach up, dude. It was just, but I was like, oh, I need to gain weight.
Từ lúc mà mình tập gym ấy là mình bắt đầu mass. Nhưng mà tất nhiên rồi, mình cũng thừa hiểu đấy là cái mass gainer ấy nó chỉ là một cái bát thức ăn giúp mình ăn tiện hơn thôi. Thì có nghĩa điều tương đương với việc là mình thay vì mình phải ăn một cái bát cơm bình thường đầy đủ thức ăn các thứ thì mình sẽ uống một cái mass gainer, nó nhanh, nó tiện. Và đúng cái tên của nó chỉ là bổ trợ thôi. Mình rồi trong cái lúc mình uống ấy, thì mình cũng chuyển sang một số loại giống kiểu như là protein, gọi là gì, whey protein, nhưng mà với đa phần trong khoảng 6-7 năm thì mình uống mass, uống rất ít thôi, gọi là một phần nhỏ vừa đủ sau khi mà mình đi tập về, để mình không muốn là bị gọi là phụ thuộc vào nó. Nhưng mà đến cái hồi mà 2022 khi mà tất cả giá cả mọi thứ đều tăng ấy, tầm giữa 2022 giá cả mọi thứ đều tăng, và trong đấy có cả mask, bởi vì cái mask của mình nó nhập từ Mỹ về. Tất nhiên là mình bị phân tâm. Tất nhiên là mình cái mask của mình là nhập qua đường, gọi là những công ty họ nhập về, nhưng mà dù gì thì gì nó vẫn bị tăng giá, bởi vì là chênh lệch tỷ giá này với cả giá cả mọi thứ đều tăng. Nên bây giờ mình quyết định là mình không uống mask nữa. Thay vào đấy mình ăn sáng, mình Đi về thì một là mình ăn trứng, 3 quả trứng, mặc dù là trước đấy mình cũng có ăn rồi. Thứ hai nữa là mình sẽ ăn sáng ở bên ngoài, ăn phở, ăn xôi. Và mình bỏ từ đấy đến giờ, đến bây giờ được 1 năm rưỡi. 1 năm rưỡi hết 2023, hơn 1 năm rưỡi. Mặc dù ở đến cuối 2022 là mình bị ốm một trận, mình tụt còn 62 cân. Mình tụt từ 68 cân còn 62 cân. Nhưng mà sau đấy mình vẫn từ 62 cân. Đúng rồi. Và vì cái mục đích của mass của mình ấy là muốn tăng cân để được 70 cân. Mặc dù là mình muốn, nhưng mà mình cũng không kiểu muốn quá nhiều bằng cách là kiểu gọi là tận dụng hay lợi dụng nó ấy. Nên là mình cứ muốn, nhưng mà mình cũng đều ăn uống mass đều thôi. Nói bị dài dòng quá, nhưng quay lại là cuối cùng thì mình lại tăng được trở lại từ 62 lên 66 cân, không cần mass. Và hiện tại cách đây khoảng hơn 1 tháng, 2 tháng thì mình đã được 70 cân. 70 cân. Lần đầu tiên trong đời mình đạt 70 cân. Bây giờ mình nghĩ là mình vẫn đang duy trì cái mức cân đấy mà không cần bất cứ một cái thực phẩm chức năng nào. Kể cả mình vẫn đi tập gym bình thường, đi về mình ăn, đi tập về thì mình ăn khoảng 3 quả trứng, coi như là ăn sáng luôn. Mình không uống thêm gì cả.
I'll just chug it, but I mean, I'm seeing success right now, just eating better and working out hard, and like I'm gaining like not a pound a day, but honestly close to
That's incredible.
half a pound a day, probably.
Let's talk about that, because I'm sure there's a lot of guys or girls watching this who want to gain weight, who want to get more muscle. There's a real simple formula here, which is getting enough calories, getting enough carbohydrates, but not getting those carbohydrates and calories from junk food. And then getting enough high quality protein, getting enough meat, getting enough good quality meat. That's the formula. So that's the formula I was talking to you about. You want to gain weight, you've got to get enough calories. Mass gainer of 17,000 from GNC is not the way to do it. There's a bunch of bullshit in there.
It would make me feel like shit. Like, not only, it was just one of those things where I would just push myself like, if you want to gain weight, just fucking do it, pussy. And I would
eat more food.
I would just make myself chug it, but then afterwards I'm like done. I'm just like, oh, like you're just out for the count. Like I couldn't do anything else. I was just fucked. But I would say that's one of the things. I think a lot of people out here like play sports, probably watching, and they definitely want to get bigger and stronger. But yeah, if I had advice, I mean, because I would definitely say on like the higher percentile of people that are like struggle with gaining weight. I mean, my genetics got to be like, I mean, it's like impossible to gain weight, but it's not impossible. But it's very, very hard for me to gain weight and keep it. I think my mom's genetics are just like, and my legs are a little thick because my dad's got like, just thick ass legs, but I don't even fucking need to work on my legs really like I do, but I didn't walk the whole fucking month of January, and they didn't even, it was the same. So would you just say like, I would say a lot of people probably, like for me, it's easy because I could just be like, I got a chef bringing me fucking food every day that's like high end. But like for a lot of people out there, like when I was in high school, I obviously couldn't do that, or even right out of high school, I couldn't do that. So would you just say like just grab a fucking grill would probably be the easiest way?
If you have a
chicken
grill
and steak?
yeah, I mean, you're gonna get a grill. You don't have a grill yet.
No, I don't even have that.
It's coming.
But that's not an expensive thing to do, right?
I mean, a grill is a great investment. It's hard to cook meat in your house sometimes because it smokes out the kitchen. You set off the fire alarm. I can't even tell you.
I don't like cooking chicken I don't really want to cook meat inside my house.
It's not great for inside the house. It's great for the grill. The grill tastes better. Getting a grill at your house or whatever, your apartment complex, you can even get these little hibachis that go on your deck. I mean, that's going to make it much easier to cook meat, and getting enough good quality meat. How much is enough? I think 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is what you really need if you want to gain muscle mass. So 1 gram of protein, easy calculation is that 1 pound of meat has about 100 grams of protein.
Okay.
So pound of meat
1 pound, ok, 1 pound là gấp 2-3 lần gì đấy.
has about 100 grams of protein.
Okay.
So you weigh, we don't have to tell people how much you weigh now, but you're
Mẹ cái bọn Mỹ này.
grams of protein.
Okay.
Calculation.
Lúc đấy 1 pound nhưng mà lại chứa 100 gram. Mẹ 100 gram thịt thì chứa khoảng 20 mấy gram protein, thì nó dễ dùng một đơn vị thôi.
Is that 1 pound of meat has about 100 grams of protein.
Okay.
So you weigh, we don't have to tell people how much you weigh now, but you're gaining weight.
Yeah.
What's your goal weight? 225?
I want to be 260, Bradley. No, I want to be like, I think 175.
Okay.
Would be fine. I might look. I want to see what I look like at 175.
You would look jacked at 175.
Yeah, I think I would look pretty jacked. So like right now, this is I'm 155 right now. So
155 pound, 2 kg, 70 cân. 70 cân ok chứ. Bằng mình luôn, cao cũng bằng tầm mình.
160, 162 is the most I ever weighed, and then right now I'm 155. So I'm trying to get to, and 162 I look really good, honestly. I want to be But I want to be like, I think 175 would look good.
So say 170, 175, that's your goal weight. That means
Yep.
you want to get at least right around 170 grams of protein per day.
Okay.
So that's 1.7 pounds of meat per day.
Yeah.
So almost 2 pounds, not full 2 pounds of meat, but that's a lot of meat, man. 1 3/4 pounds of meat per day. So that means really, I mean, but you don't only get protein from meat. You're getting protein from the milk, but you need to think like, if you really want to encourage muscle growth, you're going to need to eat meat at every single meal. And this is again why it's so important, I feel like, to talk about this, because meat can be healthy, especially the sourcing is good. But I've said this to you before, and I think people don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Like if you can only afford regular meat from Target, that's great. That's much better than what you're going to get.
Grass fed should always.
Yeah, if you can't always afford grass fed, it's okay. And
It's still better than McDonald's.
it's better than McDonald's,
Yeah.
better than Chick-fil-A, which has 40 ingredients in their chicken patty. It's
Yeah.
not even real chicken. But it's all, the other thing I want to tell people is that there are some fast food restaurants like In-N-Out we talked about, 100% beef patties,
Yeah.
not cooked in seed oils. I've been there, I've asked them. McDonald's doesn't cook their 1/4 pound beef patty in seed oils, and it's 100% beef. So if you're in a pinch, you can just eat McDonald's beef patties, and it's going to be way better than a Chick-fil-A piece of chicken that's 40 ingredients and a bunch of other processed bullshit. So, but getting that amount of protein, 1 gram of protein per pound of goal body weight, that's critical for gaining muscle mass. So you've got to be thinking when you get up in the morning, where am I getting my protein? Snack, where's my protein? Lunch, where's my protein? And if you
Well, it's easy for me because I just eat Lineage meat sticks.
right, wow, fantastic. But and this is interesting though. So I'm proud of this fact. One package, 64 grams of protein in one package.
Oh, if you eat the whole thing.
If you eat the
in
whole
a day.
thing, yeah. So that's 64 grams of protein. This is where protein powders come in for people. And again, it made me think, a lot of people use protein powders. I would rather people eat a steak, but there's a time and a place for protein powders, and there's not a whole lot of protein powders. I don't think there's any, like I said, that I'm really stoked about on the market. So Lineage will be making one really soon, and it won't have any garbage. So no fillers, no anti-caking agents, no artificial sweeteners. It's going to be tricky because the reason protein powders taste good is because they have artificial sweeteners that I'm not a huge fan of. So we're going to make a protein powder that basically the goal is going to be to add it to milk and then add your own honey or good sweetener, not an artificial bullshit. But our first protein powder,
Get your own honey too.
yeah,
Should make your own market at some point.
we're gonna sell honey because a lot of honey is contaminated with pesticides, and so we're gonna do a
But not the one I got yesterday.
we're gonna sell honey.
Mình cũng tò mò về cái việc là ăn mật ong này. Bởi vì kiểu mật ong nó có rất là nhiều cái tiếng tốt ấy. Nhưng mà mình lại không ăn bởi vì mình thực sự chưa tìm hiểu quá nhiều.
Because a lot of honey is contaminated with
Contaminated with pesticide là gì? Thuốc trừ sâu bị ô nhiễm. Contaminated.
pesticides, and so we're gonna do a
But not the one I got yesterday.
that I specifically got that one for you because it doesn't
I
have a
specifically
pesticide.
got you that one because it does have pesticides.
No, I was showing you. You know that's the whole point of going, showing you like a good honey to get.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do a tallow, which is the beef fat. We're gonna do all kinds of good stuff.
And do you feel at some point when this company is so big and you're making so much money that the government is going to come and try and kill you?
I did not commit suicide.
Yeah.
I hope not, man. I hope not. I don't think so. I mean, I live in Costa Rica, or maybe I don't.
I wouldn't tell them where you live.
I know.
They're going to find you.
It's hard. I live in Puerto Rico or Puerto Rica.
I live in Puerto Rico.
Costa Porta.
Another thing I want to talk
Costa.
about real quick. Is floss bad?
Floss is great.
I noticed you use a certain type of toothbrush with no toothpaste.
I don't use toothpaste. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, what was the toothbrush though? Bristles?
You're like this. The toothbrush bristles.
Lông.
Toothbrush bristles are boar's hair
Pause.
because I don't like the plastic bristles on my toothbrush. But that's pretty granular.
Yeah, that's.
Don't have to worry about that.
We went to your Airbnb, and I was like looking at your Wi-Fi router, and you had some fucking sleeve. thing over
Bro.
it.
We can't. All right. So this is.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about it. People don't have to do this, but
No, they know. Okay, everyone out there, you do whatever the fuck you want. We don't care what you do. I don't give a fuck. I just, I just figured if I learn some shit, I'm gonna pass it on to the motherfuckers
Fair.
that made me rich,
Fair.
that made me all my dreams come true. I'm gonna tell them everything I know. You know,
they
I
can
just feel like
take-
that's right. I'd rather do that than sell you a fucking NFT or make a coin and get you to buy it.
Fair.
This is just my thoughts, and you can tell me to fuck up.
you can take
do
it or leave it.
Do whatever you want. Doesn't
You
matter.
take it or leave it. But I mean, this is relevant for AirPods. This is a conversation.
yeah,
about
this
something
is what's crazy. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's a conversation about
go ahead,
EMFs.
yeah, go ahead,
It's a
go ahead.
conversation about EMFs. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I
ahead.
think I know where you're going.
Cut me
Cut you off. So basically,
wait, before we get into that.
All right,
How
cut
many
me
meat
off.
sticks can you stick in your mouth?
17.
You want to try it though?
No, I'm good. I know.
That would get clipped. I think it'd go pretty viral. You should probably try it.
Let's see. I mean, we can.
This is a different type of podcast, you know. This is
Here we
good
go.
for you, I
We
think.
gotta open all of it.
What the hell, man? Đang nói
You think it's bad?
đủ đánh răng
Who's this? Your fucking brand? Who's this? Your
We're
agent?
gonna do it.
Who is this guy?
I'm not gonna eat them. I'm just gonna put them.
Who is this guy, man? I thought you were on my team, dude. You
No.
think it's bad?
We're gonna do it.
Who's this? Your podcast, you know. This is
Here we
good
go.
for you, I
We
think.
gotta open all of it.
Đoạn này khó chịu này.
You think it's bad?
Danny khó chịu.
Who's this? Your fucking brand? Who's this? Your
We're
agent?
gonna do it.
Who is this guy?
I'm not gonna eat them. I'm just gonna put them.
Who is this guy, man? I thought you were on my team, dude. Look at him, dude, shaking his head. Film this guy, dude.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Dude, do the whole bag, man.
Let's do the whole bag.
Yeah, yeah. And you can put them back in. I'll eat them at some point.
All
It
right,
doesn't bother me.
I'm gonna put them all in
No
my
one got a cleaner mouth than you. Look at that gut. This is the cleanest gut in America. Is that the whole bag?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think I put that in my mouth. I don't know.
You gotta get them all in there. All right, all right. This is like the, what's that chubby bunny challenge? What's that called with the marshmallows? There he is.
Hold on.
Lineage meat. This is the best. This is the most viral ad you guys will ever get.
All right.
Martin's like, you're wearing a Gymshark shirt, dude. Come on. You're talking about fucking meat sticks.
This is like we were in the. I'm gonna put these back, and you can have them later.
I will eat them. I'm gonna forget you even put them in your mouth. To be honest,
I licked them. We were in the Lazy Acres grocery store last night, and Danny sees a honey, and he opens it in the grocery store and licks it, and then he decides to get a bigger size.
Well, you said get the big one, and then you put mine back.
And I was like, oh, you just put that one back. I forgot that you licked it.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, I gotta buy it. I licked it. I thought, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Could you imagine we left that?
Yeah, that would have been bad. And
Some
then
rich person
somebody would have
bought
gotten
that.
a special thing. So yeah, there's a special bag of Lineage meat sticks here with Paul Saladino's saliva on it for Danny Duncan.
We'll auction that one off.
All right, cool. We'll auction that one off. Special for you guys.
That's
So
crazy.
back to the Wi-Fi router and EMFs.
AirPods.
Yeah, AirPods. EMF is like electromagnetic fields. It's real. It's not woo-woo. It's not hippie shit. You can think about like there are electrical magnetic fields that we live in, and it's like being on a flat, calm lake versus an ocean with tons of waves, right? So if you're in a bunch of EMF, if you're around a bunch of electromagnetic fields, it's like being in an ocean with huge waves. It's kind of stressful for your body.
Really?
This is why you don't leave your phone on next to your head while you're sleeping. And so there's meters that you can use that measure electromagnetic fields. And I had this meter, and you look at a Wi-Fi router, it really goes off the charts when you put it near a Wi-Fi router. So you can get a Faraday bag on Amazon for $20, and it's a metal bag you can put around the Wi-Fi router that kind of mitigates the EMFs coming off the router. You can still use the Wi-Fi, it's just less of a signal, so it's less waves creating stress in the human body. Not a lot of people think about this, but it's interesting because if you actually put your AirPods up to one of these EMF meters, they go pretty bonkers, and it's on the order of what's outside your microwave. Did you ever have a microwave when you were a kid?
Yeah, we always talk about this. I fucking hate microwaves. I don't have a microwave in my house.
I hate them too. But AirPods are basically like having two little microwaves. It's on the order of a fucking microwave. Like,
That's crazy.
if you're outside, like if you put your face next to a microwave, that's pretty close to what is coming out of your AirPods.
Cái ý này ấy, về cơ bản anh ấy đang nói là cái việc là những cái tín hiệu EMS, anh gọi là EMS, những cái tín hiệu điện tử, electric M với cái F, EMF mình không biết là gì, nhưng mình nghĩ là tín hiệu điện tử kiểu như vậy là những cái thứ mà sẽ không tốt cho sức khỏe, đặc biệt là khi mình đi ngủ mình để điện thoại gần mình này là thứ nhất này, thứ hai là đeo AirPods của Apple ấy. Thì đây là những thứ mà phát được tín hiệu điện tử rất là nhiều. Mình không nói là mình ủng hộ cái này, nhưng mà mình cũng đã và đang thực hiện cái này. Đó là mình còn nhớ là khi mà mình ở những cái căn phòng khác ấy, không phải phòng này, thì cái đầu giường của nó ấy, sẽ có cái gọi là kệ để đồ. Thì mình thường là mình để những cái đồ điện thoại của mình ở trên đấy trước khi đi ngủ. Thứ nhất là mình sẽ tạo được cái thói quen là mình sẽ như rất là nhiều người nói là mình khi ngủ dậy mình không vớ điện thoại ngay lập tức. Và thứ hai là giúp mình là dễ dàng dậy hơn, bởi vì là thường ấy, khi mà mình để điện thoại gần ấy, mình sẽ tự tắt một cái, khi mà chuông báo thức nó reo lên ấy, thì mình sẽ tắt cái đấy một cách rất là gọi là bản năng. Và gần đây thì cái giường này mình nó không có cái kệ, mà mình đi ngủ thì mình thường hay để ở đầu giường, để ngay bên cạnh cái đầu này, thì mình luôn cảm giác cảm giác ấy, cái cảm ấy, cái feeling ấy là đang có một cái thiết bị nó phát ra cái tín hiệu mà nó không tốt cho mình. Thì có lẽ là mình từ hôm nay trở đi thì mình sẽ quay trở lại cái thói quen cũ, là mình sẽ để xa một chút, để cái điện thoại ra xa một chút.
It's in your ear, through your head, and you're wearing them for 6 hours a day or 3 hours a day when you're studying. You basically have two little microwaves strapped to your head.
The people watching this video with the AirPods in right now,
Yes.
they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, get in.
I can't do anything.
Get an EMF meter, and you'll see what's going on here. Like,
So what would be if you just did like the wired AirPods?
the wired headphones?
Obviously they're not AirPods, but yeah, wired headphones.
It's much less.
Oh, but there still is there.
There's still a little bit there, but it's much less. You have to put your phone completely on airplane mode. So we were talking about this also. And I was talking to one of my friends who was on TRT. He was on testosterone replacement, which basically kind of puts your testicles into hibernation.
Mine are in there right now.
No, they're not, bro.
Oh, I thought it's. What'd you say?
Hibernation.
No.
Not like, yeah.
I always said hibernation.
No, not hibernation.
I
Hibernation.
was like, yeah, mine are hyper.
No, so I've heard. So the TRT puts your testicles into hibernation. He wants to have a baby with his wife now, and his testicles aren't making enough sperm. And so I was telling him, get your cell phone out of your front pocket, because there's studies on human sperm where they'll take human sperm in a petri dish. I guess somebody they gave them sperm.
Yeah, I did. That was me.
Yeah,
they gave me $150.
They took Danny Duncan's sperm, they put it in a petri dish with a cell phone, and then they just have a similarly like temperature sperm over here with no cell phone. And the sperm right by the cell phone don't move around in the same way. They're actually impaired in their motility, and they have more DNA breaks, so the DNA in the sperm is damaged.
That's crazy.
So there's interesting studies that show that if you have your cell phone in your front pocket fully on, there's a bunch of EMF coming out. I could put a Wi-Fi meter and show you how much, but it's probably bad for the sperm that are in your testicles.
Wait, if I came in a petri dish, you can put the EMF meter and tell me how much?
I could get EMF from your sperm. No, we'd have to put a phone on it. Right?
From the phone.
Yeah.
I see.
But if you have
so
cell
put it
phone
in your back pocket,
just put it on airplane mode if you're not using it.
Okay.
And we can show
but
people.
And you said real quick, the airplane mode, you have to. Like, that won't just do it, right?
That actually just did it because you've done it in your settings. If everything is gray, so if the Wi-Fi signal, the Bluetooth signal, and the cell signal are gray like that, they're off.
Okay.
But if they're white...
Then you said, like, if you did Bluetooth, that won't do it, right?
That's not off. Right now it's white. It's not off. And you can hit the Wi-Fi. See, it's white. They're not off. And now hit the airplane mode. Okay, it all goes off, right?
Okay.
But a lot of people have settings on their
I can
phone.
put this up to my head and I'm good?
There's no EMF coming off your phone right now. You could put it in your pants.
Huh.
Yeah, you can sleep because you could sleep next to
So
it.
Vaughn's gonna be calling me, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, but I mean, if you need your phone and it needs to be on, put it away from you. If you're sleeping, you don't need to answer your phone while you're sleeping. Make sure it's on airplane mode. Get it away from you.
How far away would you have it?
I turn it off completely. It's on. And my phone is on airplane mode, and it's feet away from me.
I break it every night before I
You
go
just destroy it. You just bury it in the backyard. You just dig it up every night, rebury it in the backyard. But I mean, look, if you're not having a problem, maybe it's not a big deal. But for people who don't have fatigue, or maybe have headaches, or don't sleep well, or have anxiety, or mental health issues, or they don't have testosterone that's as high as they want, like wearing your phone on your, in your front pocket, sleeping with your phone next to your head. These are all harmful for humans. And I think we're going to realize this more and more.
Yeah.
We were driving to the grocery store yesterday in your Tesla with the biggest bullhorns I've ever seen. I was so afraid you were going to clip another car in Los Angeles. It was going to be Florida.
Imagine.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, we're in Puerto Rico.
We're in Puerto Costa right now.
Because I'm trying to avoid paying taxes, so I moved my everything to Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what's up. But we were driving in your Tesla in Florida.
In Puerto Rico
last night, and you were talking about this, and we were just talking about how
cigarettes, right?
Cigarettes, yeah. No, we're not talking about cigarettes. What were we talking about? There's something else you were telling me in the car.
Oh, well, I was saying, like, you were talking about the EMF, and I was like, this fucking Tesla's got to be off the charts, and we're just riding around in it,
The
right?
Tesla does have a lot of EMFs in it, but there's something. I'll think of it in a second.
Well, then we were talking about you told me your father was a doctor, and you said he smoked cigarettes in the office, and that was just completely normal.
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, I mean, I was born in 1977, which is ancient. I know you guys, but I'm living. And in the 1980s, my dad was a doctor, and in the office, they could smoke cigarettes. It was crazy.
Yeah, so everywhere, in restaurants, airplanes, you could.
It used to be that way, yeah.
But then now I look at now, and thinking back, it's like, those fucking idiots were just smoking on the plane.
Yeah.
But then I feel like in like 50 years from now, they'd be like, those idiots put phones up to their heads.
Those idiots yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking. This is what I wanted to tell you, that like, what are we going to realize in 30 years that we're doing now that's harmful for us? That's creating anxiety that we don't even know where it's coming from, or depression, or insomnia, or low libido, or low hormones.
When do you think the last time you slipped up? 30 years?
It's been a long time. And it's just, I was telling you this at dinner, I'm just wired a little different. I think we've all got our things. This makes it hard for me to connect with people sometimes. It makes me, I'm the goofy guy at the restaurant asking about seed oils, but I don't want to say this because then people are gonna be like, I can't even believe, like I said, that I don't think I've had pizza in 20 years, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had a cookie in 20 years, and I'm fine with that. I don't miss it because I feel good. I'd rather feel good, but that's just me. You don't have to be as intense as me. I just hope the information is valuable for people and helps people make 1 or 2 positive changes.
Yeah. That's great.
It's okay. You don't have to be like critical like that.
Me?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be like not critical of me, but you don't have to be critically like intense.
No, I love it. I mean, we need people like you.
I think you need the freaks.
Yeah, you have to have it, and everything.
Yeah,
running and swimming. Whatever,
yeah. I'm afraid of that. I'm not afraid of that. I'm proud of it.
You like Goggins, David Goggins?
He's intense.
He's like the you of running, I feel like, or something, working out.
I'm sure that David Goggins and I have similar mindset in a lot of things. Have you had him on the podcast?
No.
Goggins hasn't sat on this couch.
I would never allow him to sit there.
No, why not?
I just don't like him that much.
You don't like Goggins?
No, I'm kidding. Imagine.
No.
No, I love Goggins.
I don't like him.
I don't know. He probably don't give. I just feel like he don't give a fuck about anything.
He's
really
intense.
don't
Yeah, he
like
does not. I don't think he
him.
wants to come on the.
I
look at this.
really don't like him.
I think Goggins may come on your podcast. Who knows? But I think that, like, if you think about David Goggins, what he's doing inspires people and shows people that, like, they can be better than the way they are.
Exactly.
I don't think most people look at David Goggins and the way that he lives his life and think, I'm going to run 40 miles a day. They just think,
exactly.
yeah, they just think,
I need to do something.
I'm going to do a little bit more than I
Yeah.
do now. And man, if what I do is that for people in terms of food, then that's freaking amazing.
Exactly, just a little bit.
I hope that I could be 1% of that. Like David, I hope I could be 1% as inspirational as David Goggins with regard to food. And if people improve just a little bit and they start on the path, like you said, it snowballs. You feel a little better and you're like, oh man, actually, I don't really need to eat McDonald's that much, or I don't really need to eat Chick-fil-A that much. And you just do a little bit better, and just feel good.
I mean, I personally love McDonald's fries. I think they taste amazing. like 6 months ago or whenever I had them. December.
Cigarettes.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. The
Yeah.
taste of them, I love them. I don't even have a craving at all to eat that shit. Like, I mean, last time we went to Florida, probably we were just sitting down there eating that shit. But now I have no desire to eat nice. Man, there's so much.
So hopefully, I think it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. And this is actually important to talk about. Traditional mouthwash, horrible for you.
I've heard that too.
Horrible, because you're killing all the bacteria. You're killing the good bacteria in your mouth.
I've heard that.
The reason you have bad breath is not because you don't use toothpaste. It's not because you don't use enough mouthwash or toothpaste. It's because you have the wrong type of bacteria. So if you have bad breath, like fix the quality of your life and the quality of your diet, and your breath will improve.
Now, what do you think about this? I don't think it's fully his diet. My friend Kiwan. I
thought he was gonna come.
I should have. I didn't think. Oh, he was on set today. He's filming some show or movie. So my friend Kiwan, his breath doesn't smell at all. Like truly, when he smokes weed though, it's fucking. I'm not kidding. Like if I took a shit, ran 5 miles, came here, and you were blindfolded, and I bent over in your face, it would not smell as bad as his breath. Like his breath is the equivalent to actual like holding shit in your mouth probably. Like it smells so bad.
He has really bad weed breath.
Now why is that though? Why is it?
I don't know, man.
You don't know?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think it's his gut fully because it's like he doesn't smell bad ever if we eat food or like normal. It's only when he smokes, and it's like the craziest smell though.
I don't know. I haven't been around enough people smoking weed to know, but if his breath smells okay when he's not doing that,
yeah,
then his gut's probably
I
okay.
can't even have a conversation with him. I'm not
That's
kidding.
crazy.
Like I'm like, dude, you gotta look that way.
Don't even look at me.
Bro,
Look the other way. I'm talking to the back of your head. But just so people understand,
his breath smells so bad that even the back of his head would be like.
It goes around.
It's not. Yeah, it's like. I feel like when I'm talking about, I can see it like coming out of his mouth, like the fucking gases or whatever it is. It's crazy.
It's a mystery.
It is.
It's a mystery.
He's a great person.
It's a mystery, Danny Duncan. But just so people understand what we were talking about with mouthwash, when you kill all the gut flora, all the flora in your mouth, when you kill all the bacteria, you can impair a lot of things. It can affect your blood pressure negatively. There's actually studies that impairs muscle growth in the gym. So like if you want to gain muscle mass, if you want to get stronger, you don't want to kill the bacteria in your mouth. So alternative.
That's probably why I was using mouthwash. That's probably what happened.
That's why now you're gonna get better, right?
I used mouthwash too much, when I was young.
I can't get muscles. I can't get ripped because I use mouthwash, bro. Some of the same stuff can be in toothpaste, but so if you're using a toothpaste, I would say a toothpaste with no fluoride. You don't want toothpaste with fluoride.
Dude, and that was a thing growing up. Or that was a thing that they would put into water. That they said
still put in water. Your water here has fluoride.
They said.
Biết làm gì mà nhảy kinh đấy hả? Alo. Alo. Alo.
That was good for you, right? And isn't that all like the nasty, like toxic shit?
So, fluoride in water comes from the waste products of phosphate fertilizers.
That's crazy.
And I think there's been 54 studies on like correlations between fluoride in drinking water and IQ, and 52 of them have found that the more fluoride you're exposed to, it affects IQ negatively.
That's what happened to me because my mom, when I was a kid, would always.
Me too, bro.
She actually would give me the water with fluoride, and my grandma would be like, "Yeah, that's good for you and good for your teeth."
Good for your teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, kids get tooth decay because they're eating junk food and they're not eating enough fat-soluble vitamins, which occur in meat and eggs and cheese and healthy animal foods. So tooth decay is not because you don't brush your teeth; it's because you're eating junk food, because you're not getting enough vitamin K2, enough vitamin fat-soluble vitamins, which occur in meat and eggs and cheese negatively.
That's what happened to me because my mom, when I was a kid, would always.
Me too, bro.
She actually would give me the water with fluoride, and my grandma would be like, "Yeah, that's good for you and good for your teeth."
Good for your teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, kids get tooth decay because they're eating junk.
Yeah, that's good for you and good for your teeth.
Good for your teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, kids get tooth decay because they're eating junk food and they're not eating enough fat-soluble vitamins, which occur in meat and eggs and cheese and healthy animal foods. So tooth decay is not because you don't brush your teeth; it's because you're eating junk food, because you're not getting enough vitamin K2, enough vitamin D, enough vitamin A, all vitamins that occur in animal foods.
Anyone out there who's insecure about their size of their penis?
Okay.
If you told me you could grow half an inch in length and girth.
This is a crazy study.
This is real too, right?
It's one study. I can send you the reference.
My friend wants to know, but I just need to get that information because it's for my friend. He wanted to know about that.
It's one study, right? It's never been repeated, but it's one study of 14 men. So take it with a grain of salt. But they gave these men vitamin K2 in a supplement form and vitamin D3 in a supplement form. And over 6 months, there was an average growth of half an inch in length and half an inch in girth in these men. And so you can think about this a couple ways. You can think, all right, you can get vitamin D3 free from the sun, which you're told is bad for you, but clearly vitamin D from the sun is good for humans. And vitamin K2 occurs in animal foods. It's in cheese, it's in milk, it's in butter, it's in meat, it's in eggs. So these nutrients found in animal foods are uniquely valuable for humans. They help us with testosterone, which helps with sex drive, helps with erections, and potentially supplementation maybe increases the size of the penis. Again, the study's never been repeated. Who knows?
We should repeat it then.
We could I'm sure we could find, I think we could find 14 guys to do this.
Yeah, they're watching.
Yeah, I know, right?
There ain't a single guy I know that doesn't want a bigger dick. You never said your age, but Paul's actually 63 years old.
I'm 46, but it's about, I mean, the same thing, 46, 63, same thing.
That's great.
Yeah, but I don't feel that age. You know, I surf in Costa Rica. I live in an amazing, Puerto Rico, Florida. Like,
We live somewhere.
Where I live, I surf, and I don't feel limited, you know, by my age or by anything. And that's, to me, that's winning, because I don't know, I found surfing late in life. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I just want to be able to surf for as long as I can and jump off cliffs. I don't have kids, but, you know, maybe I'll have kids eventually. I want to be able to play with them, and just, I don't want to be limited in any way.
Those kids, man.
They're going to
Good
be
luck.
pretty rad.
They're going to be like wanting some food, and you're going to get that. You can't have that.
I'm going to be strict.
Those kids are gonna have. I mean, I would probably do that with to be honest with my kids though. Even my nieces, man. If they came and stayed here for a week or two, I would never let them eat fucking McDonald's.
Right?
No chance.
I
I
mean-
wouldn't even let my nieces drink soda. I don't want to talk shit about my sister though, because it's like it's not her fault. I feel like it's like the system. But like the shit I see them when she's like cooking up that little microwavable mac and cheese, I'm like, dude, no wonder she has fucking some lactose problems. Like I would have that problem too if I eat that shit.
I mean, my story is not as sad as a lot of other kids I see, but kids who have medical issues and they get medicated, but the parents don't understand that if they just improve the quality of the diet, they'll go away. And so I know there's a lot of kids listening to this, or young adults, or adults in college, whatever, you guys and girls, who have issues, like it's skin issues or depression or thyroid issues. Maybe you don't talk to your friends about it because you're embarrassed, but also understand that like this podcast, this message is for you too. And the message is, if you improve the quality of your diet, those things can go away. You don't need medications. That's the kind of shit that gets me fired up.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit they don't teach you about.
That is because there's definitely people out there that have some issue that that could probably
whether it's gut pain or gas or reflux or bad breath, like that stuff is fixable. You don't need medication.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, brother.
Stoked.
Great to meet you. It's good to hang out.
Cool person in the world.
Ok. Đầu tiên là bởi vì mình xem clip này mà mình không biết cái anh này là ai cả, hoàn toàn không biết luôn. Mình xem qua một chút. Em đi ra đây đi. Em đi ra tên là phải đâu ấy. Rồi, giống như mình đã dự trù này có một kênh YouTube.
My name is Paul Saladino.
Rồi, cái ấn tượng của mình là đầu tiên cái anh này 46 tuổi, nhìn rất là cảm tình luôn, rất là khỏe, rất là healthy. Cái thứ nhất, cái thứ hai là cái Danny Duncan là một trong những người mình theo dõi lâu rồi và nếu mà chọn ra ấy, thì sẽ là một trong những YouTuber mà kiểu xem tất cả các clip của Danny, một trong những số ít những YouTuber mà xem hết mọi clip không có đùa. Vì đơn giản là kinh tế Danny legit, cho nên là khi mà một khách mời mà họ lên được mời vào chương trình, được mời vào podcast của Danny thì nó cũng
I never got taught to.
phần nào được verify. Thì cái ấn tượng của mình với anh này nó là nhỉ, anh ấy nói những cái thứ mà anh ấy nói những thứ mà khá là cơ bản. Mình nghĩ là những người tập gym, bất cứ những người tập gym nào đều biết những nhà ăn uống, ăn đồ tươi sống, đừng có mà ăn đồ kiểu chế biến sẵn là một này. Thứ hai là đồ về cái lượng protein cần ăn này, rồi lượng protein trong 100 gram thịt này. Thì anh ấy dùng cái thao, nhưng mà ở Việt Nam mình dùng gram, 100 gram thịt là có cỡ hai mấy gram protein đấy. Rồi mặc dù anh ấy đến đây với những cái sản phẩm của công ty business của anh ấy về thịt này, về thực phẩm chức năng này, hai cái đều là thực phẩm chức năng, nhưng mà cũng không sale, anh ấy không sale quá nhiều, chỉ đơn giản mình nghĩ đây là một cái product, cái sản phẩm mà nó cũng mới được launch là một chuyện, và nó cũng khá là kiểu premium, hơi cao cấp một chút. Mình không biết giá của cái này nhé, nhưng mà mình thấy là mình chưa biết giá của cái này, nhưng mình thấy khi mà anh lấy ra toàn bộ ấy, trong đấy mình nghĩ cỡ 200 gram, không, mình không nghĩ đến 200 gram thì đâu, Nhưng mà nếu mà nói về giá thì mình nghĩ phải mười mấy đô, cũng là 15 đô rồi nha. Mình sẽ thử search này, thử tìm xem là cái lineage price. Không phải rồi. Lineage meat. Yeah, cái meat này chứ. Bao tiền? 46 đô, 400, 46 đô cho 3 pack. Ở đấy, 46, thứ 3 là 15, đúng rồi. Một pack là bao nhiêu? Một pack đây. Tôi chỉ xin pack đây. Một pack là cỡ rồi, đây. Một serving. Đó, pack này là bao nhiêu? 4 serving per container. 4 nhân đúng rồi, là chưa đến 200 gram thịt này. 4 nhân 28 là 120. 120, 13, chưa 120, 101. Đúng rồi, đấy. Mấy trăm sản phẩm. Mình nghĩ là chắc chắn là sẽ tốt rồi, bởi vì nó được gọi là gì? Được chế biến cẩn thận này, từ nguồn nguyên liệu này. Nhưng mà nó có đáng hay không thì mình không biết. Bởi vì là với cái giá như vậy thì nó khá là premium rồi. Còn cái việc mà anh ấy nói về whey protein powder, protein powder, mình hiểu là whey protein á, thì nó như là nhỉ, quay đi quay lại thì những cái gì anh ấy nói khá là cơ bản với những người mà đã biết về kiến thức tập gym rồi, kiến thức ăn uống rồi, căn bản là có làm được hay không, giống kiểu như mình tham gia chứng khoán cũng vậy. Mọi người nghĩ là khó nhưng mà thực ra nó cũng không khó. Nó không khó ở cách làm, nhưng mà nó sẽ khó ở cái việc là thực hiện nó trong một khoảng thời gian dài. Giống như bạn ăn một cái bữa ăn mà tự nấu, có rau có thịt, mua ở chợ, mua ở siêu thị về thì nó dễ lắm. Nhưng mà ăn cái bữa ăn đấy 365 ngày nhân với 2 bữa là 700 mấy đấy, thì nó cực kỳ khó luôn. Rồi, thế thôi, hôm nay live được 1 tiếng 36 phút rồi. Và nó không bị drop có 0,1% thôi. Hôm nay là tạm thời là như vậy. Buổi sau buổi tiếp theo làm gì mình chưa biết, và cũng chưa biết là sẽ là thứ 6 hay là như nào, nhưng mà hôm nay live đây thôi. Còn bởi vì bây giờ vẫn chưa có outro cho nên là